My name is Agnes, and this is the story of how my life took an unexpected turn. It all began with Tom, my husband, and I. We were once deeply in love, but as time went on, the cracks in our relationship began to show. What was once a joyful union became clouded by constant tension and conflict. Tom was a successful businessman, driven by ambition and the pursuit of wealth. However, his demanding nature often left him short-tempered and easily angered. I, on the other hand, was a devoted wife, determined to keep the peace and maintain harmony in our home. But no matter how hard I tried, it seemed like I was always walking on eggshells, hoping to avoid another explosive argument. One evening, as the weight of our troubled marriage bore heavily upon us, a seemingly insignificant incident ignited a firestorm. It started with a simple question. "Tom, have you seen my keys?" I asked, searching through the cluttered kitchen counter. His brows furrowed in frustration. "Agnes, how many times do I have to tell you? Keep your things organized. It's infuriating that I have to deal with your constant forgetfulness." His words stung and frustration bubbled up inside me. "I do my best, Tom, but you're not exactly Mr. Perfect either. Can't you show a little understanding?" He scoffed, his face contorted with irritation. "Understanding? You expect me to understand your incompetence. It's always something with you. Agnes, I'm tired of it." As the argument escalated, our voices grew louder, each word a weapon aimed at the other's heart. The once loving connection we had seemed distant and unrecognizable. In the heat of the moment, Tom uttered the words that shattered whatever remained of our bond. "You're the worst woman in the world! Get out of my house!" he yelled, his face flushed with anger. His words hung in the air, heavy with resentment. Tears welled up in my eyes as the realization hit me. This was the breaking point, the moment when I knew I couldn't endure this toxic cycle any longer. With a mix of determination and sadness, I gathered my strength and made a decision. I would leave our home seeking solace and refuge elsewhere. As I packed a small bag with a few essential items, the weight of our failed marriage pressed heavily on my shoulders. My heart heavy with sorrow, I walked out of the door, leaving behind a life that had once been filled with promise and love. It was a step into the unknown, but one that I hoped would lead to a brighter future. Little did I know that this decision would set in motion a series of events that would change my life forever. The days that followed my departure from our home were filled with a sense of overwhelming sadness and uncertainty. The weight of Tom's hurtful words echoed in my mind, and I couldn't shake the feeling of deep disappointment. Our once vibrant love had turned into a battleground, and I questioned whether it could ever be salvaged. As the realization of our crumbling marriage settled within me, I found myself seeking solace in the comforting presence of my dear friend Lily. She had always been a beacon of support, a listening ear when life grew tumultuous. So, with a heavy heart, I made my way to her cozy house in a nearby town. Lily opened the door with a warm smile, sensing the turmoil that plagued me. She embraced me tightly, providing a safe haven in which to unload my emotions. We settled in her living room, surrounded by soft candlelight, and I poured out my heart, recounting the events that led me to this breaking point. "I can't believe it, Lily. The fights, the constant arguments. I thought love was supposed to bring us closer, not tear us apart," I confessed, tears streaming down my face. Lily's gentle gaze met mine, her voice filled with compassion. "Agnes, sometimes love alone isn't enough. Relationships require effort from both sides. It seems like you've been shouldering the burden of maintaining peace for far too long." I nodded, wiping away my tears. "You're right, Lily. I've tried so hard, but it feels like I'm always walking on eggshells around him. And when he told me to get out of the house, I couldn't bear it any longer." Lily placed a comforting hand on mine. "Leaving might be the first step towards finding the happiness you deserve, Agnes. It takes immense strength to prioritize your well-being, even if it means stepping into the unknown." Her words resonated deep within me, filling me with a newfound sense of resolve. It was time to take charge of my own happiness, to reclaim the person I had lost in the turmoil of our marriage. Days turned into weeks, and with Lily's unwavering support, I found the strength to file for divorce. It was a difficult process, emotionally draining, and filled with moments of doubt. But I couldn't bear to remain trapped in a relationship that brought me nothing but heartache. As I sat across from my lawyer preparing the necessary paperwork, I couldn't help but wonder how it had come to this. The dreams we once shared had crumbled beneath the weight of our conflicts. The lawyer looked at me, his voice calm and reassuring. "Agnes, I understand that this is a challenging time for you. But remember, filing for divorce doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're taking control of your own life and happiness." His words emboldened me, reinforcing the notion that I was making the right decision. It was time to stand up for myself, to regain the sense of self that had been eroded by years of fighting and compromise. The path ahead was uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, I felt a glimmer of hope. The breaking point had arrived, and though it brought pain and sorrow, it also marked the beginning of my journey toward a brighter, more authentic future. In the days that followed my decision to file for divorce, I sought refuge in the comforting embrace of my dear friend Lily. Her home in the nearby town became my sanctuary, a place where I could heal and gather the strength to face the uncertain road ahead. Lily's cozy house welcomed me with open arms, offering respite from the storm that had consumed my life. As I settled into the guest room, a sense of relief washed over me, like a weight being lifted from my shoulders. One evening, as we sat in Lily's sunlit kitchen sipping tea and sharing stories, I couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for her unwavering support. "Lily, I don't know how to thank you for everything you've done for me," I said, my voice filled with heartfelt appreciation. "You've been my rock during this difficult time." Lily smiled warmly, her eyes filled with understanding. "Agnes, friendship means being there for each other in the darkest of moments. I'm just grateful I can provide you with some comfort and a safe space to heal." Her words touched me deeply, reminding me of the power of true friendship. We sat in companionable silence, the weight of our unspoken words hanging in the air. In the days that followed, Lily and I embarked on a journey of self-discovery and healing. We took long walks in the park, basking in the beauty of nature and the serenity it provided. We engaged in deep conversations, exploring the depths of our dreams and aspirations. Through it all, I began to regain a sense of self that had been lost in the tumultuous years of my marriage. One sunny afternoon, as we strolled through a vibrant flower garden, I turned to Lily with a newfound determination shining in my eyes. "Lily, I've realized that this separation from Tom is an opportunity for me to rediscover who I am. I've spent so many years trying to be the perfect wife, but I lost sight of my own dreams and desires. It's time for me to focus on myself and build a life that brings me joy." Lily nodded, a proud smile gracing her lips. "Agnes, you deserve happiness and fulfillment. Don't ever forget that. Take this time to nourish your soul and embrace the things that make you truly come alive." Her words resonated deeply within me, fueling a fire of determination within my heart. I knew that the path ahead wouldn't be easy, but with Lily's unwavering support, I felt ready to face the challenges head. As the days turned into weeks, I began to explore new interests and hobbies. I delved into books that had long been waiting on my reading list, rediscovered my passion for painting, and even joined a local yoga class. Each step forward brought a renewed sense of empowerment and self-discovery. With Lily by my side, I found solace in the small victories, in the progress I was making toward reclaiming my own identity. Through her friendship, I learned that strength and resilience can be found in the support of those who truly care. Chapter 3 marked a turning point, a moment where I realized that seeking refuge in the warmth of a friend's love can provide the foundation for rebuilding one's life. With Lily's guidance and the newfound spark within me, I embarked on a journey of self-reinvention, determined to create a future that was authentic and filled with joy. As the months passed, and with the unwavering support of my dear friend Lily, I navigated the complexities of the divorce process. It was a time of emotional turmoil as I faced the remnants of a broken marriage and fought for my own independence and happiness. With the guidance of a skilled lawyer, I entered the courtroom, armed with the determination to secure a fair settlement. As the judge presided over our case, I sat nervously, my hands trembling with a mix of anxiety and anticipation. Tom's lawyer began to present his arguments, highlighting the years of financial success he had achieved. But I knew that my contributions to our marriage, though intangible, were equally valuable. I wanted to ensure that the outcome of the divorce would not only grant me financial security, but also symbolize a fresh start, a clean break from the pain and resentment that had plagued our relationship. As I prepared to take the stand, my lawyer approached me, offering a reassuring smile. "Agnes, you've come a long way. Remember, you have a right to be treated fairly. Stay strong, and we'll fight for what you deserve." I nodded, taking a deep breath to steady my nerves. It was time to stand up for myself, to make sure my voice was heard. During the courtroom proceedings, I was given an opportunity to share my side of the story, to present the realities of our troubled marriage. As I spoke, recounting the years of emotional turmoil and the toll it had taken on my well-being, I felt a sense of liberation. It was as if the weight of our failed marriage was being lifted off my shoulders with each word I uttered. Finally, the judge's ruling came, a fair and equitable division of assets, ensuring my financial stability moving forward. I had taken a significant step toward my new beginning, a future where I could rebuild my life on my own terms. As I walked out of the courtroom, a mix of emotions filled my heart. There was relief, knowing that I had fought for what I believed was fair. Yet, there was also a lingering sadness, as I couldn't help but reflect on the dreams we had once shared, dreams that had ultimately crumbled under the weight of our constant battles. In the days that followed, I began the process of moving on, leaving behind the remnants of our shared life. With the support of Lily and a newfound sense of empowerment, I sought out new opportunities and possibilities. One evening, as I sat with Lily in her cozy living room, sipping tea, she looked at me with a twinkle in her eyes. "Agnes, you've come so far. You've shown incredible strength and resilience throughout this journey. I'm proud of you," she said, her voice filled with admiration. I smiled, gratitude filling my heart. "Lily, I couldn't have done it without you. Your unwavering support and friendship have been my guiding light." Lily reached out and squeezed my hand. "Agnes, this is your chance to create a life that truly reflects who you are. Embrace the freedom and possibilities that lie ahead. You deserve all the happiness in the world." Her words resonated deep within me, igniting a spark of hope and excitement for the future. I knew that the road ahead wouldn't always be smooth, but with every step, I would continue to grow and rediscover myself. A new beginning awaited me, one where I could breathe freely, unburdened by the constant fights and arguments that had once defined my existence. With each passing day, I embraced the journey of self-discovery, forging a path that celebrated my own desires, dreams, and aspirations